at all.
So we need to start by looking at Earth. The year is 2080.
2080.
And humanity has already done the heavy lifting of destroying itself.
We're so good at that.
We really are.
Yeah.
World War III has just completely ravaged the globe. We're talking unchecked nuclear fire.
Bioweapons that rewrite genetics.
Total and irreversible ecological collapse. I mean, the oceans are explicitly described in the sources not as water, but as this thick, gelatinous, radioactive sludge.
Just toxic smog burning your lungs.
Yeah, which sets up this fascinating, albeit incredibly grim baseline. Humanity has hit rock bottom.
And the author uses that absolute nadir, right, to introduce a horror so profound that the apocalypse actually looks like
the good old days.
Exactly, the good old days. Because while humanity is choking on its own ashes, the sky literally shatters.
It doesn't open, doesn't tear.
No, it shatters like a pane of glass under a hammer, and the abyss just pours through those jagged cosmic fissures.
And here is where we have to really talk about what the abyss actually does.
Yeah, trigger warning for the visceral horror here.
Seriously, the visual horror is staggering. When the entities of the abyss pour through, they don't just vaporize people.
Vaporizing would be a mercy.
A total mercy. Instead, we get these horrific descriptions of what they do to the survivors of the nuclear wastes.
The trees. We have to talk about the trees.
The text details people being impaled on these massive, twisted trees. But they aren't made of wood.
No.
They are made of calcified human bone, grown from the earth like a necrotic root system.
And the mechanism of this corruption is what's truly terrifying. Like, let's look at the biology of it for a second.
Please do.
So the abyss strips away the external flesh of these survivors. It leaves their internal organs, like their lungs, their beating hearts, completely exposed to the toxic air.
Oh, God.
But then it alters their cellular structure. It fundamentally rewrites their biology so they literally cannot die from the trauma.
The corruption acts as a parasitic life support system.
Exactly. So they are just trapped in a continuous, endless loop of screaming.
Which is just unfathomable.
Because the entities of the abyss, right, these eldritch non-Euclidean horrors that completely defy physical geometry, they feed on the neurological static of sheer terror.
So if the victim dies, the signal stops.
Right. The food source is gone. So the abyss forcefully sustains their biological functions to keep that agonizing broadcast going.
It is a biomechanical cosmic rot that recycles human trauma into fuel.
Which brings us to the absolute core of our first major timeline, Xeno.
Xeno. Out of the billions who burned in the nuclear fire and the millions harvested by the abyss, Xeno is the last human alive on Earth.
I want you to really sit with that level of isolation for a second.
Yeah, imagine wandering through an eldritch hellscape.
Yeah.
Totally alone. Not for days, not for years.